Alright, what's up guys? My name is Xylence, and I'm here to show you guys a pretty cool deck I call Dark XYZ. It's basically a danger deck that focuses around the new Utopia double card. You use basically a danger engine to spam out level 4s, or, I mean, it needs to be 2 level 4s and 3 dark ones. It doesn't really matter how you get those out, but yeah, dangers is obviously the best way to do this because they're really easy to dodge hand traps. So yeah, this is the deck list. Let's get into some replays, and then we'll go over the deck list again later. So first things first, we're going to pitch off the Danger Nessie here to get a search with the Dark Griffer. You don't need this for a combo starter. Like, we're just trying to get to 2 level 4s as quickly as possible. We're going to go ahead and add the Danger Chupacabra to our hand. And then we're going to discard Danger Jackalope so that we can pitch the Blackwing Zephyros, the Elite. Go ahead and add Danger Monster back to our hand, the one we summoned with Sukanenko. Probably said that wrong, but... Alright, so here we go into Outer Entity Gnarla. If you've ever seen, like, Danger... any of the Danger FTKs that are going around right now, they use Outer Entity as a thought to basically stun all monster effects in the field in case you were going to get hand trapped. I was really worried about getting hand trapped right here, although he didn't seem to have one. So we go into Wee Witch's Apprentice. You could probably use some other Link 2 that has generic arrows as well, but I found this to be the best one since we're using all dark monsters. Go ahead and use Instant Fusion, summon Invoke Caliga. Go into Utopia Double. Search Double or Nothing. You have to run this card, otherwise you can't actually rank up. Rank up into the key card, Utopia Caser. Go into Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right either, but new Phantom Knights Link, you know what that does. We're going to go ahead and pitch the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak Graveyard. I'm going ahead and set a Phantom Knights Rink Launch. Now, if you don't see where the combo is, you're about to see it in a second anyway. So we're going to go ahead and summon Big Eye. Going to go ahead and summon Heart Earth Dragon. They're both negated. I cannot special summon any more after this turn after you use this effect, so be careful. Make sure you special summon everything before you summon this guy, or use this guy's effects. Alright, now I'm going to show you the combo and why this deck, I think, is broken. We saw he was going into the battle phase, so we activated this right now. The way we chained this is that we made this on Big Eye first, and then we're going into Ultimate Falcon last. That way that this effect goes through, because if you don't do this first, everything, your card will get negated. This is the key player here for the lockdown. DDD Duodon King Kali Yuga. This card is busted. I don't know what else to really go into about it, besides that it's busted. You win the game if you summon this. After this card is XYZ summoned for the rest of the turn, other cards and their effects cannot be activated on the field. And other cards' effects on the field are negated. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can attach 1 XYZ material and destroy all spell and trap cards in the field. You stun the entire board, and you get a Harpy's Feather. That's insane. Tries to use Evenly Matched on me, it's negated. He summons Multi-Faker, it's negated. He summons Marionetter, it's negated. He summons Secret Village of the Spellcasters, it's negated. We're going to wipe everything, and go on to our turn. We use Ultimate Falcon to make sure he can't use any more effects. This can only attack monsters, blow up the field, and just clean up from here. This deck's insane. It's pretty crazy. Alright, we're gonna go to the second round of that because we played a match. Alright, he set one card. It was Rivalry of Warlords. Obviously, I didn't know what he was doing. He also side decked for me. He put Contact C in the deck. We're gonna go ahead and use Danger Mothman. I mean, we can pretty much, oh yeah, so he flips Rivalry of the Warlords up, right? And so I'm stuck. I want to show you that this deck can play through Floodgates, and you can play through Disruption if you are smart. So here it sets Ultigrass Materialization and sets a Multi-Faker for whatever reason. I think he wanted me to attack into it. I didn't fall into the bait so that he couldn't use Materialization. I thought it was very weird that he set a monster, so I didn't attack. He summons Molosseek, does all this good stuff. This is a weird summon. But, you know, does normal Ultigrass things. Alright, here he gets rid of our one monster, so now we can somewhat play the game. We go ahead and we pitch Danger Nessie to the graveyard for its special summon effect. Now, we want this to be balanced, right? So what we go ahead and do is we attack into this, forcing him to bounce this back to our hand. So now we go ahead and do this so that we can force the negation for that. We go ahead and pitch the Danger Bigfoot so that we can pop Rivalry of the Warlords. Now we go on to play the game. Now if you saw what happened in the first combo, I'm not going to go over it too in depth what's happened. Let's see what's going on right here. Pretty much the same thing goes on. You also get a pop from the Link monster because he summoned a Dark Exy. XYZ. Boom. Everything's negated. Combo goes through as planned. It's a very strong deck. Definitely recommend trying to build your own combo or taking this and using it. And just be aware of its existence because Utopia Double comes out in April. Part of the Link Brains pack, I think. I'm not sure exactly, but I know it comes out in a card pack in April. I believe it's Link Brains. Alright, so here is a Trickstar Sky Striker matchup. This is me playing through hand traps. I want to show you guys that you can play through hand traps really well if they hand trap the wrong card. They probably don't know what I'm playing. This can be ashed, so you want to make sure you run as many anti-hand traps as possible. I run Thousand Eyes Restrict for all the monster hand traps. If you have Instant Fusion, that's basically a Call by the Grave. I run 3 Call by the Graves, and I run Outer Entity as a stock. So you can dodge hand traps as much as humanly possible. So another thing that you can do to get out of level 4 is use the Phantom Knights of Shade Brigandine. I'm not sure how to say that, but it's the Phantom Knights trap that special summons itself as a level 4 monster if you have no trap cards in the graveyard. I had to take out some side deck cards. I was running Infinite Impermanence in the side deck. Those don't go well with this at all. So I had to replace those with something else more useful. Also, if you're going second, you are playing Danger, so there's that. I'd side in the hand traps though. If you're forced to go second. Okay. I think I got one more replay against Thunder Drag. I think he bricked here. Oh no, he didn't brick her. That was a different game. So basically, the main goal here is to send Zephyros the Elite, or send a Phantom Knight with an Armageddon Knight, because that gives you an extra level 4. But you only need to get out 3 dark monsters and 2 level 4s. If they're all dark, if they're all level 4s, it doesn't really matter. If you get out 6, which isn't hard to do in Dangers, it isn't hard to do, especially since you're running like Soul Charge, you're running Monster Reborn, running all that good stuff. You can also make an Azathoth, always a pro. If you have a rank up in your hand, you can make just the Wee Witch and not go into this, and then you can make an Azathoth if you're scared of hand traps. There's ways to play around getting countered. I'd say the biggest counter to this deck is Twin Twisters at the right time. If you don't have any extra back row, they could use it on the standby phase or the draw phase, and they could possibly hit the right one. Another big counter to this is if you're playing into the Skytracker matchup, this one guy used Eagle Booster on one of my XPs and it actually screwed me up the card. So as you can see, he goes into his plays here. He's planning on sitting on the Thunder Dragon, takes out my Phantom Knight. So for the next turn, everything is no longer negated and everything can go business as usual. You want to make sure you activate Ultimate Falcon. Oh yeah, Droll can stop it for sure. You want to make sure you activate Ultimate Falcon because also for the rest of your turn, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated. You stun them on their turn, and then you stun them on your turn. It's basically Rongo 2.0. If Rongo gets banned, I would go ahead and look towards this deck. So we're going to go ahead and OTK him through his monster, because he can't activate the banished cards that he's banishing in his graveyard for the effect of Super Bolt Thunder Dragon, thanks to this card right here. Yeah. It's pretty much the deck. I think this combo is dumb. I don't know why it exists. But Power Creep is an amazing, amazing fun concept for all of us to enjoy. Alright, so here's the cards I run. I run pretty much the Danger package. We only want to run them to level 8s because I feel like going first, these don't do anything, like at all, if they get discarded, and it's really, really painful to waste resources. We got 3 Danger Nessies, obviously the best card in the deck, next to Armageddon Knight / Dark Grepher. The combo with Dark Grepher and Nessie, if you have those 2 cards in your hands, you plus a lot harder than you do with anything else because you can add Jackalope to your hand. Got 3 Mothman, it's a level 4, it discards, it gives the opponent advantage, but I mean, it's a level 4 and it's a danger. Pretty easy to get out. Dark Grepher. It's Armageddon Knight's awkward cousin. Blackwing, Zephyros the Elite. This guy is great with dangers. I think if you're playing a danger deck, you should always run this. Always. I don't know why you wouldn't run this. This is like a free reset for your dangers. You can pitch it off with one of these guys, or pitch it off with one of the dangers, and then return a danger to your hand. Chupacabra. I really like him in this deck because he's a level 4. He special summons danger monsters from the graveyard in attack or defense position. You get to choose, unlike Jackalope when you special summon from the deck. So going second, he's good for OTKs if you can pitch one of the big ones in there. Armageddon Knight, he's limited, doesn't matter. Danger Snick. I would run more because he's a free plus, but I just don't have a whole lot of room with all the anti-hand trap stuff I'm trying to run. I want to make sure I don't get hand trapped as much as humanly possible. 2 Phantomite of Ancient Cloak. You can put this down to 1. I just don't want to draw into all of my PKs. Because you're going to be drawing with this deck a lot with all the dangers you're going to be doing, so you'll probably see a lot more of this deck than you would expect normally. Alright, but you can run one of these and it'll probably be fine if you want some extra Pectrosis or whatever. Just understand that if both of your Phantom Knights are in your hand or in the grave, you won't be able to use his effect. Danger Jackalope. This guy is the second best danger, and he basically special summons a danger from the deck. Pretty great. This always is a plus. Phantomites, the Silent Boots. This card is basically another Phantomite name. Searches the trap. This trap for if you want to set up for the next turn, or if like you can only get out 3 dark monsters, at least you'll get a negate. That rarely happens. This deck is like super consistent. But in case it does, it's always good to make sure you're not completely screwed up. Because if the combo doesn't go off, this deck doesn't do a whole lot. Instant Fusion. This is my little spicy tech choice. I have a Dark level 4 monster, which is Invoke Caliga. I haven't yet to use its effect for anything useful, but I think, honestly, it may be useful. Maybe go in second or something? I don't know. It's just the only level 4 Dark monster that you can summon with this. We also use around Millenniumize Restrict. This is my spicy tech for anti-hand traps. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard. So that means when they discard Ash, or when they discard Droll, or when they discard any hand trap that's a monster, so not infinite and permanent, but a hand trap that's a monster, you can negate the effect. It's basically called by the grave. As long as you can manipulate it into the right zones and it works into your general strategy of the deck, you can usually run this. And since it's a dark monster, it's perfect. So we got Reinforcement of the Army. Don't need to explain that. Soul Charge, it's your I win button. I actually draw into this a lot, like more than you would expect, because you're literally drawing a lot of your deck with this danger engine you're running. So you'll see this a lot. Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, 3 Phantomite rank up launch. Now you can run 2 of these because you have to set these to actually get the effect anyway, usually most of the time. Just because you can't special summon the turn you activate Chaser's effect. So yeah, go ahead and take this into 2 if you want more extra room for more tech. 3 Designator from the Grave, 2 Double or Nothing. You have to run Double or Nothing for this to work. What I would do personally, I was running 3 at first, but I ended up drawing into it more than I wanted to. But if you draw into both of these, you cannot use this guy's effect, so be careful. I'm thinking of running maybe like a Skull Dread or something like that, maybe to try to like manipulate it a little bit. But I don't know if that would work out very well. I don't know how often I'd be getting out to warrant running it. So for now, we're just running 2. We won't draw into it very often. But we also won't be screwed if we drew into our only copy of Double or Nothing. So we got the best PK trap in the game right now, because they can special summon a warrior for free. And then your backup negate if everything goes wrong. This is what you're going to have to bank on. This deck, I would like to say, is extremely consistent. I've ran, I want to say, what, 20 duels? Or 14 duels? 16 duels. And I only like hard bricked, I want to say, 4 out of 16. And 4 out of 16? It was 3. 3 out of 16. So it's very consistent. And you only hard brick is if you get no dangers in your hand, nothing to extend your plays, like if you draw like all spells and so like an Army Dead Day. That wouldn't be very good, obviously. Yeah, it's pretty consistent. It's crazy how consistent it is, honestly. It's kind of scary. So, extra deck, Invoke Kali Yuga, Millenniumize Restrict, we explain those. This is your key card. This is the card that makes the entire deck work, that makes the combo deck work. Basically, what this card does is you can special summon rank 9 or lower number monsters with 3,000 or less attack. That have different ranks from each other from your extra deck, up to the number of XYZ materials attached to this card with different names. Now you're going to have 2. So you can special summon 2. If you want to use other dark XYZs besides the ones that I use, go for it. You can summon Hearted Dragon, Tricking of All Calamities. There's a lot of good dark Xyzs, and as I thought on their turn, it would be nasty. There's stuff you can do other than what I'm doing. However, I think that this lock is probably the strongest card you could do on their turn. Alright, so we got Ultimate Falcon. This is what I choose to summon alongside of this. That way I can finish off the lockdown on my turn as well in case they have any floaty graveyard effects that I don't want to deal with. You can do this also with the VFD as well and just take these 2 out. I prefer the extra attack lowering value and the extra damage on him. But of course this is preference. Duo King Kali Yuga. This card is broken and busted. The fact that you can summon it on somebody else's turn, I don't think was ever meant to happen, but you can. And it's broken. Big Eye. You can actually summon this in this deck without it being negated if you get Danger Nessie out. Just understand, if you do that, you won't be able to summon Duodine Kali Yuga unless you get like a Monster Reborn or a Soul Drain or some weird Soul Charge. Or some weird extender play that happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Working XYZ Dragon. So this, I'm sure you guys know of the PK combo that normally happens. We got that entire package, so that includes Dark Rebellion, XYZ, and the Phantom Knight's Breaksword. Outer Entity, as a thought, it is your anti-hand trap. Also, you can summon it on their turn, or you can summon it from Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. If you so choose to, there are plenty of things you can do. Utopia Double, this is the card that makes the deck happen. This is how this deck pretty much all comes together. This card will be coming out in April, so grab copies of it. It's gonna be, could definitely be a meta-defining card if this deck performs well. So yeah. That's pretty much the deck. These are the Link monsters. We've already gone over these. Side deck. This is my side deck. You can literally side whatever you want for the current format. I got Kaijus. I got Ash Blossoms. I had more hand traps originally, but a lot of the hand traps that I like to run were conflicting. I think that Twin Twisters is good against Sky Strikers. It's good against Altergeist. I think those are the primary decks you're going to be seeing. But I had Droll in here before I got rid of these. These are my Thunder Dragon counters. I feel like VFD has a better matchup against Thunder Dragon than Duodine King Kali Yuga does. This is the only time when I'd ever want to summon VFD over that would be against Thunder Dragons. Also got Boral Sword for that reason. Get evenly matched. Not much to say about that card, it's evenly matched. Alright. Well, huge shout out to House of Champs for featuring this video on his YouTube channel. Give him that subscribe button. Check out my Twitch. Link will maybe be in the description. I don't know. And you guys have a great rest of your day.